Weekly update with the SDSU wrestling program from GoJax.com. Damian Hahn is with us, and he's a happy man because of how last week played out. A pair of dual victories. Both were close, but both go the way of South Dakota State. How proud are you of your team right now?
Extremely proud. You know, we have a young group of guys that, you know, they've coined the phrase on themselves, called themselves Team Grit, because they've toughed out some situations. It started in Florida, and then it kind of just rolled over the new year, and it showed Friday night. I mean, for those that don't know, West Gym down in UNI is not only just a historical place, but it is a place that is hostile for a team coming in, and they were able to stay focused, stay calm and relaxed, and go out there and compete. And again, you know, that grittiness showed. You know, starting off with, you know, Danny Vega coming out of the gates and taking a top 15 ranked guy and really handling him. You know, beating him, I believe, by 4, 10-6 score or something like that. So getting that ball rolling, and then they're just feeding off of one another. And you know, when you talk about a team, we try to build this culture, this band of brothers per se. And if you can't do it for yourself, you look at that guy standing next to you and you do it for him. And we're getting to that point where that culture is there, and these guys are feeding off one another. It's nice to see.
And again, wrestling's so unique in that it's an individual sport, but a team sport as well. And so that's such importance, the culture of the program, and it's in a good place right now.
Yeah, it is. I think we're moving slowly in the right direction. Picking up that win against UNI, a 15th ranked team, I believe they were ranked, and doing it in a way, I don't want to say a dominating way, but doing it in a way that we were in control, and everybody's doing their part, and that's the thing that makes the team dynamic interesting, because in a dual meet, a couple things don't go your way, or a match gets out of control, that can really affect the outcome, like on Sunday. So, but everybody's doing their part for the betterment of the team, and you're only as good as your weakest link, and that really shows in those dual meets. So it's a full team effort right now.
You've talked about that win against a nationally ranked Northern Iowa team on Friday down in Cedar Falls, but had to come back, spend some time in Iowa Saturday morning. I know that was neat. So before we talk about Sunday's duel, just the experience on Saturday and what you guys did.
Yeah, no, I mean, these guys are a bunch of road warriors. We went down on Friday, got down there early, got a workout in, and then weighed in and competed. We stayed down Friday night, got them up Saturday morning, and we took them over to the National Wrestling Hall of Fame Museum, and a great experience for some of our guys. In our sport, it's not the most publicized. You don't see it all over TV, and any chance we get an opportunity to educate our kids on the greats that have come through our sport, it's huge. And we try to do that on every trip we go on, just something educational, because again, this is bigger than wrestling, and this is life and knowledge. And so we had an opportunity to go down and go to the Hall of Fame, and Hall of Fame director Jim Miller just walked us through and gave us a kind of breakdown and a history lesson, and it was very unique. And some of our guys afterwards, they were like, wow, I'm glad we did this. And then from there we went over to Waverly Shell Rock High School, and we got a workout in Cody Caldwell's stomping grounds, and got a workout in there, and then we got back on the road and headed back up to Brookings. So quick turnaround, but it was nice to get back, get our guys in their beds, get them able to sleep a good night, and then back at it at Frost on Sunday. So it was it felt like a really quick weekend.
Kudos to you guys for admitting you knew Cody Caldwell's hometown. Sunday, Wyoming, and again, we've talked so much about UNI, but that's a back-and-forth duel, and another one where the margin for error very thin. Got a huge win early from Danny Vega, kind of set the tone, and end up coming out with a 1-point win on Sunday here at Frost.
Yeah, that was a big, like you said, back and forth, all match long. They kind of, I don't want to say shocked us right away, because we were projecting a different 25-pounder. Their number one guy got hurt earlier in the season. He's done for the year. So they've been wrestling, this Doyle Trout. So we were kind of preparing for that, and then all of a sudden they pull red shirt and throw out a freshman, a true freshman. And when they did that, we were excited. We were excited for that, and we go out there, and Danny picks up the tech fall, and ultimately that was the deciding factor in this duel. But you cannot be any more excited, or not even excited, but just that reassurance, that confidence that you have a 25-pounder that's going to go out there, he's going to scrap, and he's one of the top guys in the country. So that's great to get that momentum building. And then up and down the lineup, we lost a couple matches. We won some. We got upset at 165. That was a match we should have won. Even at 57, I thought it was a match that we could pick up. But when you give up a big 6-point move at the end of a period, it's a lot to come back from. But from top to bottom, guys are scrapping. At 74, Cade King goes out there and he's wrestling another top 10 guy, and on paper he's supposed to get destroyed, and he loses by 4, I believe, and keeps it within a decision. Then you got you lead into your 84, your 97, your cornerstones of our team, and Zach goes out there and does his job, picks up the decision. Tanner goes out there and picks up the decision, and then it comes down to heavyweight, right? Comes down to heavyweight, and another top-ranked heavyweight in the country, and Blake Walters is right there and takes it to a one-point match where he had opportunity to win that match. He gets out, and now we're winning. But even if he gets out after the riding time, we're going to overtime. So a lot of progress, a lot of momentum is being made. And I skipped over 41 and 49. At 41, you have Clay Carlson, who wrestled this guy down at South Beach Duels and needed a last-second takedown to win that match, and he dominated him, almost had a major decision. Just keeping his mind right and focus is where he needs to be. And then Henry Pohlmeyer wrestles another top 20 ranked guy on the weekend and goes out there and majors Max Thompson on Friday, comes back on Sunday and handles Jaron Jensen in the duel on Sunday for another decision. So there was Friday was a big high, a big bright spot. Coming back from that and getting that excitement, that atmosphere, was a little difficult because I think they kind of spent it on Friday. But with that being said, they went out there and they battled, and they did not look their best, but they still got the job done, and that's huge because the NCAA tournament's not waiting. That NCAA tournament's going to happen whether you want it to happen or not. And so you have to go out there and compete. And if the performance isn't the absolute best, but you're competing hard, you can still have victory. And that's what they did on Sunday.
All right, let's conclude this by talking about the one duel you have this week. Another Big 12, another impressive foe, that being Iowa State on Friday night.
That is going to be a test. That's going to be a big test for us in our young group, because I think this will be the highest ranked team at this point, and they have some history. They got some guys that some returning All-Americans, and it'll be a good test for our guys. I like it that we're in Frost. Our fans, should make it a good environment and tough for them to wrestle in. But it's going to be a test. I mean, you look at their lineup from top to bottom. I think we match up decently. They are projected in probably 3 matches where you could say we don't have a chance in 3 matches. I think there are a couple that we are heavily favored. So there's a lot of swing matches, and we need to be able to pull those matches together and, be gritty, fight through those little positions, win those tough situations, and, we can put ourselves in position for another win. So it should be exciting. It's going to be tough, and I'm looking forward to it.